Hey there, my friends. Coming to you today from the fifth circle of hell, otherwise known as Lower Alabama. It is hot this week. We are having like a major heat wave here. We're going to be in the low to upper 90s all week, so I'm just doing my best to stay cool and eating lots of watermelon. But today I wanted to share the essential components of my plant-based diet. Just the basics that I eat day after day and have been sustaining me for the past 11 years. It's not fancy. I don't do all this mumbo jumbo stuff. I just try to eat good stuff every day. And the first component is without a doubt going to be fruit. I like fruit. I've eaten a lot of fruit over the past 11 years. I like the fruit. Fruit is where I get a lot of the calories. I eat a ton of bananas. I get a lot of my base calories out of bananas, but I like a big variety of fruit. Just today, for example, so far I have had, and it's only 11 o'clock, 4 different fruits. I had banana, I had acai, I had the last of my meme sapote, and I had mango for breakfast in an acai bowl. And I always try to do that for my first meal of the day as much as possible. That's why I like those acai bowls, because I'll make them. I just usually like a frozen acai packet. And mix it with frozen bananas, but then I'll top it with at least 2 if not 3 different types of fruits. I like to use kiwis on there. I like to use berries. Berries are actually one of the fruits that I don't do as well on as far as eating them enough, and I would like to change that, and I'd like to incorporate more berries into my diet. But thing about berries is that's one of the fruits that I'm kind of a real stickler. Sorry, somebody was at the door. The berries are something that I'm a real stickler for getting organic, because you're eating the skin, you're eating everything. That's just one that I really like to eat organic. And I don't have that much choice, but price-wise, I just don't get a good price on organic blueberries around here, so I kind of have to limit those. But I do realize that I've kind of been neglecting those, and I would like to get them back in there, because those berries, like I say, probably one of the strongest antioxidants out there, probably one of the healthiest foods we can eat on the planet, and that's ergo that bright color. The next component, and people that have watched me are probably guessing a number of these things, but the next component for sure is greens. Greens. I eat lots of big salads. I have lots of green smoothies. I would say I have a big salad at least 5 or 6 days of the week, and I have a big green smoothie at least 5 or 6 days of the week. And one way that I am starting to, because I don't get a good variety of greens, and I would like to get more greens than just kale and lettuce and the occasional something else. So I've started growing my microgreens. Now I kind of paused on that for a while, because the room that I used to grow them in, my roommate had somebody come visit and I had to stop, but I'm about to get that going again. And I'm going to make up for the greens that I can't get through those microgreens, which are also more powerful anyway. These microgreens are actually more filled with even more nutrition than the mature plant of which they're trying to grow. I grew some speckled peas recently, and I'm telling you, get your system down and you save a lot of money on buying greens, and you get a lot of good nutrition. And for that, I'm using Nate's book, Nate Maris, Raw Food Romance's husband. He's got a good book out there, so got to get those greens every day. Another one that I'm big on is seeds, and I use 3 different types of seeds regularly. I don't use seeds every single day, because I mainly use the seeds when I'm having my green smoothie. I do use hemp seeds a lot in my salad dressings, but I like them for the omega-3 profile. They give us some of that good omega-3 that we need for our brain health, for our skin, for everything else. But they're just all full of different things. Now the chia seeds, which I like to use a lot because chia seeds are cheap. They've got a good profile of omega-3 to omega-6 fat, or omega-6 to omega-3 fat, whichever way you say it, the ratio. But they also are a very good source of calcium and iron. So that's just another way, people that are always worrying about calcium, be sure you're getting those chia seeds in there. Like I say, I like to try to get a daily dose of those in, but since I'm only doing my smoothies 5 or 6 days a week, I'm not fanatic that I get them every single day. The next one is sprouts. Just like the microgreens, the sprouts have a lot, have a lot more nutrition locked in there than the mature plant, especially with the broccoli sprouts. And those are the two sprouts. I should probably branch out and start sprouting a few other things, but I'm always going to do broccoli sprouts, because if I had to pick one sprout that I think is the absolute healthiest, it would be that broccoli sprout. But I also have been doing lentils. I've been sprouting my own lentils for coming up on 3 years now, and I can't recommend them highly enough. And we'll get to another component of mine in a minute, but for people out there that don't eat cooked food, don't eat beans or anything, I really even extra recommend that you sprout your own lentils and use those in smoothies and salads. Which would bring me to the next component, which are legumes. Yes, I eat legumes. People sometimes when I say that, they're shocked, but I guess people just watch, they see particular content, they see specific videos, but I've said from day one that I'm not fully raw. I believe in the beans. You don't believe in the beans, don't eat the beans, but make sure you eat those lentil sprouts. But I eat beans every day. I pretty much eat beans every day. I may miss one day out of the week. I mix them up. I'm here in the South, so I like stuff that I grew up on, like black-eyed peas, purple hull peas, butter beans. Also love black beans. I love split peas. I love lentils. I love chickpeas. That's something I do a lot of times, and that'll be the only cooked food I'll eat during the day. Is I'll just make a big salad and I'll put chickpeas on there. But always gonna get those legumes, because if you go in and actually look, go listen to any talks on or read the book, The Blue Zones, that every one of these groups around the world with the most longevity that live to be the oldest, they all have that one thing in common. They include and eat a lot of legumes in their diet. And then I'm sure I'm going to miss some things that I include on a regular basis, but the last one is cruciferous. I'm all about those cruciferous vegetables. I think as the berry is probably maybe the healthiest fruit out there, the most nutritious fruit, the cruciferous family might be the healthiest vegetables, plant food out there. And I like to get them in all three forms. That's one where I will literally, like broccoli, I eat broccoli cooked, I eat broccoli raw, and I eat broccoli sprouts. And the reason I do that, and I do that with cabbage too. I eat purple cabbage raw, and I eat purple cabbage cooked. And ooh, that just gave me an idea. I need to look and see if I can't get any. Maybe I can get some purple cabbage microgreen seeds to grow. But anyhow, I eat them cooked, I eat them raw, and I'll eat sprouts if they have sprouts, because even though it's the same food, all of those, and I've heard a couple of good talks by Dr. Bulsiewicz on this, how even the same food, if you were to take cooked broccoli, sprouted broccoli, and raw broccoli, all good for you, but all add something different to our gut microbiome. So like I say, I just keep this thing simple. And in fact, sometimes when I'm eating and I'm going throughout my day and I'm eating the same thing that I ate 2 days ago, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, every day looks somewhat similar. I think some people might get bored the way I eat, but it's just like for me, these are the foods that I've incorporated for a number of years. I actually like all of them, like my smoothie. I always think when I make them and show them to people, they're like, okay, if you can choke that down, but I actually love it. So I love everything I eat. I just like to keep it simple. Other than the seeds, I keep the fat fairly low. I'm not fanatic. I don't eat a ton of fat. I'm not uber crazy about going uber low fat. So anyhow, just keep it simple, and those are the things I just do over and over, day after day. I stay hydrated. This is always my priority. If you're still struggling, or if you're starting a plant-based diet, you can set it up like that. Like if I was struggling, I would say, okay, this is my priority. And mentally, I would say, these are the things I'm going to eat first. If there's any room left over after this, then we'll entertain, things that I don't consider to be my essentials for the day. But these are the ones for me so far. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Got some more videos planned this week, so stay tuned. Peace.